Wired for Sound, the Sanders Magtech, because you've got to try stuff. You have to experiment. You have to try stuff before you understand value. If I try to tell most people that these were $300, $400, like when I paid for them, even today there are people that listen on their, little. They were like, "Why would you spend so much money?" And then if I hooked it up to a $300, $400 integrated and showed it to them, they wouldn't be impressed. They'd just go, "Yeah, it's bigger sound." But if I took those same people, didn't tell them the price that these are up to now, hooked up better equipment, hooked up my wire for sounds, hooked up my PS audio, sat them down, got them to calm down, because you can't listen when you're running 100 miles an hour. Find something you really like to listen to that you think you know what it sounds like. Get some decent equipment. Get some speakers that'll scale up to that equipment. Put it on. Close your eyes. And if that doesn't drift you away, maybe this just ain't for you. But for the rest of us, unbelievable. The price I paid for these, the fact that when I put better equipment on them, they just get better. Very happy. Very, very happy. Uh, GR-Research X-Statiks, yeah, needs a tad more bass, but I can get that with a subwoofer if I have to have it. But I don't think I need it unless, if I'm going to play super, super loud, etc., I'll get something with a 15-inch driver. Remember what these are, 6.5-inch drivers. You do have to pull them out from the wall. You got open baffles. That's not going to work for a lot of people, right? I'm lucky. I can pull them out 5.5 feet, no questions asked. Sit where I want. Fantastic. If you've got the room, you've got a little bit better equipment than your average Denon or, whatever. And I'm not trying to pick on Denon. I apologize. That's just what I have. But if you've got, something better than a 20-year-old integrated from Best Buy that cost $300, if you've got something that is going to give you good sound, these will reward you in spades. They will reward you all day long. What you put into them, they'll double give them back to you. And as I said, I didn't do a great job building these. Threw them together. Uh, did a few things that maybe GR-Research wouldn't have. I screwed all the boxes together with glue because I was worried that the glue joints weren't perfect enough. So did all that. And as I said, I got the no-res. That no-res is no joke. It works wonders. For sealed boxes, I think they do more than good enough. I really do. Couple of things we got listening to, and you'll love this stuff. Dire Straits, Communique. There's a song on here, Where Do You Think You're Going? I think it's track 3. Guys, the way this opens up that sound stage for the mid-ranges, just listen to the drums on that song. If you've got something, just those drums feel like they're being hit 10 feet in front of you by it's that realistic. Beautiful recording. Fantastic on an open baffle MTM design like this. Can't ask for better. Recordings that have a bit of ambience and a bit of special effects going on, studio effects to make things sound like they're around and maybe a false impression of a soundstage. But because of the way this presents how wide it is, it sounds like it's done by the studios just to awe you. This is Ben Taylor's The Legend of Kung Folk. Check it out, guys. Beautiful recording, beautiful soft rock, beautiful soulful lyrics, just fantastic. And a few little studio effects to keep you looking, keep you guessing, keep you seeing what's going on. The Midnight. This is Endless Summer by The Midnight. One of my favorite synthwave bands, I guess you'd call it. 80s style synth music played today on, by today's musicians. Beautiful recording. strong pumping bass. Really get these going, but they don't doesn't overexert them. Um, the new wave-ish synth stuff that's going on really suits the open baffle MTM. Beautiful. If you want to get a little heavier, it's no secret, guys, that I'm an absolute heavy metal fanatic from the 80s. Love to rock out, but something a little more contemporary, a little more upbeat. This is Within Temptation, and this is their The Unforgiving album. Fast, lively, lots of high notes, lots of low notes, lots going on, very fast tempo, a lot of moving around within all the different instruments. Almost virtuoso singing and playing in some of this stuff. Really comes alive. Fantastic. And then if you're like me and you like your little bit of prog rock, 1991, this guy managed to go see Rush at Wembley Arena, the Roll the Bones tour. Just a great album. Not every Rush fan loves this. There was still a decent amount of synth used, but I think this was them coming back to themselves. Great recordings. Fantastic dynamics between the lows and the highs. Volume-wise, low volume, high volume. I think this is around 91, I think it was when I saw them. Yeah, probably 91. I think, again, they were just phenomenal. Unbelievable. That's about all I can tell you, guys. My opinion, for what I paid for them, they were the steal of the century. For what they're going for today, and you still have to build your own cabinets or pay more for a flat pack from some company to build the cabinets for you, it's a proposition. And I'm not going to pretend to know your budget, guys. It's the one thing I'm not going to try to do on this channel. I'm not going to try to kill you with specs. I could bring up a spec sheet on every piece of equipment that I have, but I don't need to read you down the spec sheet. You guys can check it out. If you're watching this, you're on the internet. I just want to tell you what I hear, what I feel, and what I believe. That's it. Specs, price down to the penny, ins and outs of whether it's 92 dB sensitivity or 90 dB. No. Good equipment, good sounds. That's what it's about. It's what you hear and how it makes you feel. So the rest of the information is widely available from all the manufacturers. But honestly, check them out. If you're interested in even trying to build your own speakers, I would probably, for number one, I would try to build a small two-way box speaker first. If you get along with building a box, great. If you get along with doing a two-way network, great. If you don't, then you know not to repeat that process. If you do and you enjoy building that first little two-way box speaker and you enjoy wiring up that first, network and putting it all together, if you did enjoy that and you got the satisfaction afterwards of listening to it and going, you know what, that's pretty darn good, then consider building a three-way. The three-ways are normally obviously larger, but these are a little more complicated because you've got a box and a baffle. Nothing crazy though. But the biggest thing is just being comfortable doing a three-way crossover. Because if you destroy any components during the process, you'll be buying new ones, or otherwise all that money's sitting there doing nothing and it was a complete waste of time. So just keep that in mind. There are probably X-Statiks on the market used somewhere, I'm sure. I'm sure people have built them and sold them after. But would you buy a used home build that you hadn't heard? I wouldn't. Not because I think it's a real thing, but what do you know about it? They might have done the network wrong. They might have done something wrong in the build, and if you're not there to demo it and hear it, I wouldn't buy it. You could be buying someone else's problem where they've screwed or messed something up. No. So this is for definitely for somebody that's happy to build their own speakers. You don't have to be good at it at all. Case in point, I'm not good at it, but I have a passion to try to make good sound. And as I said, for $3.99, what else was I gonna do? Buy another little pair of box speakers? No. Let's try something. And dumbfounded, right? Huge sound stage, good, articulate, detail. Uh, doesn't shake the earth bass wise, but I don't expect it to. It does everything I want, and it does it at half of what I would expect to pay for something that for like that. But then again, I built the cabinets. I did spent the time wiring up the uh, network. So yeah, the value proposition is yours. But one thing I would keep in mind from now on, and this is what it taught me: don't expect to buy great speakers and play it with play garbage equipment across it or lesser equipment across it and expect to be blown away. The chain has to match or at least be synergistic all the way through so these guys can do their job. Thank you guys. It's late on a Saturday night. It's probably 1, 2 in the morning. And yeah, love it. We'll keep doing this, guys. I've seen a few comments asking some questions. What I'll probably do is over the next couple of days, I'll when I'm switching all this stuff out, I'll just do a quick video of answering a few questions if you guys don't mind, and we'll keep going. Thank you. Appreciate it.